The Meghalaya Cabinet on Thursday approved a series of key decisions aimed at strengthening governance, administration, and regulatory frameworks in the state. Among key decisions, the Cabinet gave its nod for the establishment of the Greater Shillong Waste Management Agency to streamline waste management and improve urban sanitation in Shillong. In a significant move to promote regional languages, the Cabinet also approved the Meghalaya Official Languages Ordinance 2026, enabling the use of Khasi and Garo languages in addition to English for all official purposes. The Cabinet further approved the extension of the term of the Garo Hills Autonomous District Council, ensuring administrative continuity in the region. Additionally, amendments to the Meghalaya Real Estate Regulation and Development General Rules 2020 were cleared, aimed at strengthening the regulatory mechanisms in the real estate sector.
I'm very happy and very pleased to inform our citizens of the state that today the Cabinet has made I should say historic and a very important decision which will impact the overall functioning as well as opportunities that will open up especially for the youth of our state and also help in promoting our languages. Today the Cabinet has decided that the Meghalaya Official Languages Ordinance 2026 was passed and the Meghalaya State Language Act 2005 was repealed. Under the new Meghalaya Official Languages Ordinance 2026, the main point is that from now on, apart from English, Khasi and Garo language will also become official language of the state. With this very important and landmark decision, this will facilitate the process of allowing Khasi and Garo language to be used in most of the government communications and also in the due course of time. And when I say due course, I mean very, very shortly. Necessary amendments will be made to relevant acts, namely the Meghalaya State Legislature Continuance of English Language Act 1980. Once amended, will also enable our legislatures to speak in Khasi and Garo and debate in Khasi and Garo language apart from English, even during the assembly sessions. This decision will also pave the way for different important examinations also to be held apart from English in our own local languages, which is Garo and Khasi. This will of course not happen, everything will not happen immediately. The process will take some time. Certain decisions will be much more easier to implement immediately. Certain decisions will require logistical setups to be created, manpower to be employed, and different infrastructures to be created, rules to be created. But as I said, the decision today will allow all of these things to fall into place. This also is being done primarily because the resolution to include the Khasi and Garo language in the 8th schedule was taken by the Assembly. And our government felt very strongly that while we are demanding for 8th schedule, it is important that in our state itself, we must also take necessary steps to make both Khasi and Garo official, so that a stronger message can be sent to Government of India and the Parliament, and further pave the way for us to be able to expect that both Khasi and Garo language will be also included in the 8th schedule. So this is also one important step towards achieving that particular goal. Second was a minor amendment which was made in the Meghalaya Real Estate Regulation and Development General Rules 2020. Under this, there were certain provisions regarding the remuneration of the chairman and the members, which were not consistent with other agencies of the government of Meghalaya. And hence, to ensure that there is uniformity, we have changed the provisions and made it same and uniform as per other agencies, which is that remuneration will be normally based on last pay drawn minus pension. So earlier it was a set amount that was given to the chairman, and it was not consistent with other agencies and other boards, and hence we changed that and we put the same remuneration policy as per others, which is that the chairman will receive last pay minus pension. So it was just a simple amendment to make the remunerations uniform. The third decision also is a very crucial and important decision we made, which is the setting up of Greater Shillong Waste Management Agency and the registration as a society. As you are aware that Shillong is growing and urbanization is taking place at a very rapid pace. But the waste management and the overall collection of waste is being done by different agencies in different parts because of jurisdictions that are there in terms of the institutions that are present, and each institution having a jurisdiction of their own. Like the cantonment board has the jurisdiction in cantonment area, the municipal board has jurisdiction in municipal area, and beyond the municipal area, it is a 6th schedule area, and the district councils have their jurisdiction. And hence, there has always been a lack in coordination and sometimes inefficiency, which has led to the management of waste not being at the level that one would desire. And hence, there was a strong need for a creation of a Greater Shillong Waste Management Agency. This has been done, of course, after consultation with close to about 100 localities in the Greater Shillong area, which is about 100 plus 190 square kilometers, if I'm not wrong. And all these discussions have taken place with different localities, and more or less, the Greater Shillong planning area is covering 288 kilometers, 288.5 square kilometers. So it's a large area, and as I said, different agencies have different jurisdictions. And as I said, there's a strong need to have some kind of an agency that would be able to coordinate and improve the overall efficiency of the garbage collection and management. And as I said, if you look at the overall size, there is a lot of difference in the collections that is taking place and a huge scope for overall improvement. What is important in this is that, number one, consultation has been done with different localities, and they've given their response, and the majority of the localities have responded positively. We have also taken comments from district councils, especially Khasi Hills District Council and other departments, They've raised certain queries about how district council will be involved and not involved, and we have clarified to the district councils on that matter. But what is important about this agency is that it is not a mandatory service that you will need to avail. It is an agency that will be created, but the final decision whether to use the services of this agency or not will lie with the respective localities. And as and when the localities desire that this agency provide the services to them, only then will the particular locality be serviced through this particular agency. So it's not mandatory. It is not intruding into any area or any jurisdiction of any other authority. It is purely a service-oriented agency, which will be purely based on voluntary demand and request of the localities, and only based on that will we move ahead with providing the services in that particular locality. So these were the 3 decisions that were made today.